We desire to go to Jerusalem because in the scriptures 3 times in the year you are supposed to be able to go on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem to pay your respects unto God. Why do they not want us to go to Jerusalem to take off? Our fathers in former times went in multitudes unto Jerusalem. Who is it that desires that we not go to Jerusalem to pay our respects unto the omnipotent God?
Spiritually oppressing on my people like Malachi 3:8, pass the plate, let's teach. Read the whole chapter, you pastors is like Hosea 4:6, don't forget not teach. Ezekiel 8:14, they weak for who? Who's that? The cross is a lower T for that deity. Do your research. Jeremiah 23:27. Forgot his name for Lord, sharpen my sword for the kneel to the floor, say no more repent. Yeah, y'all gotta repent. Luke 1:5, the course was Abijah. 1 Chron 24 verse 10. Ha! Now I know the birth of the Messiah. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1 though. Mentally enslaving all my people like fair. Stealing from Yahuwah, oppressing my people fair. Walk up in the church, tell the pastor like fair. Let him go. Mentally enslaving all my people like fair. Stealing from Yahuwah, oppressing my people fair. Walk up in the church, tell the pastor like Pharaoh. Let's go. Leviticus 11, still people eating swine. Isaiah 65 verse 4, no swine. Isaiah 66 verse 3, no swine. Okay. Oh, you gonna need the New Testament, right? Matthew 5:17 through 19, listen. 2 John verse 6, this love I listen. Romans 2:13, now what? Who said? Yeah, I said that. Read Exodus so we can exit this. Say John Borgier, chillin', drippin', spiritual. Oppressing my people, wondering 40 years. Yahuwah is my savior and king, now listen. Yahusha means the father is salvation. John 3:18, you see why believe. Mentally enslaving all my people like fair. Say what? Stealing from Yahuwah, oppressing my people fair. Can't walk up in the church, tell the pastor like fair. Straight up. Mentally enslaving all my people like fair. What? Stealing from Yahuwah, oppressing my people Pharaoh. Walk up in the church, tell the pastor like Pharaoh. Let's go. You gotta have faith, but according to the Romans 9:1-5, why you lie? My flesh is of Yasharel, you better tell. ASAP, man. Psalms 83, crafty counsel I see. Got us working on Shabbat, on Sunday preaching. Psalms 91, in him I trust Yahuwah. Yeah. Okay. Deuteronomy 28, it all relates. Atlantic slave trade back in Egypt now. 2 Kings 17, 5-19. Continue to read though. Romans 11, don't boast up, listen. As we return, this fire burns in me. Yeah, Baruch atah Yahuwah Avinu, translate that. Hebrew, I mean.
But if the trumpet does blow, we are concerned and we are troubled. But let all the inhabitants of the world know we're not afraid. Stay in your places. Do not leave the village of peace.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Zion.
Hope everybody had a good Shabbat. Let's get a mic check and y'all let us know if we lagging or whatnot. Shalom, Mariah. See you up in the building. Let us know if we struggling streaming or we good, we bad, we lagging. Y'all drop something in the chat and let us know what's going on with us so we can go on and get started with this show. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. How we looking, y'all? How we looking? How we looking? How we looking? Y'all give me some feedback. Give me some feedback. Is the live going smooth or lagging? Is it straight? Can we proceed on with the show? Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot, Lenzel. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Oh, man. This week, man, it's been, goddamn. As much stuff that didn't happen, man, I know that we can't cover everything. I know I'm forgetting something, you know what I'm saying? But where do we start at? Where do we start?
Shalom, brother. Hey, look, your man, if anybody was doubting, had questions and wondered why the Most High allowed old boy to be in office.
Talking about Trump.
The Most High is the puppet master. He got this man destroying this nation. And these Edomites specifically are so upset. They protesting around the country.
Exactly, right.
They're on all different social media platforms because we got a video for y'all. I found some Edomite channel. You say you've been up on his channel though.
Right, exactly.
And this Edomite making videos every hour on the hour.
Yeah.
In utter disgust at what Trump is doing. And some of the, I don't know, I think it is in that video. I don't want to jump ahead of the video, but just the pride of Donald Trump and all the policies and I'm trying to think of the words, the tariffs, the things that previous presidents had in place that he's unraveling, dismantling, and psychologically, he's telling people this is for the good of the country. Y'all gonna see this is a great time to get rich. Everybody finna get rich. But the people with some sense is looking like this stuff you doing gonna destroy us. We don't have no friends no more. People being in other countries, Canada, is saying ain't no coming back from this. Yeah. Iran, they're saying ain't no more talking. What he's done, and I'm speaking of just this week.
Just this week, South Korea, who else? Japan, and also I think Taiwan. I want to say Taiwan, but all these countries are coming together, you know, because of Trump's policies and tariffs and all that stuff.
He's undoing laws, trade deals. Like, for example, Canada. One of their leaders said, we've been cool with America for 80 years. We ain't had no problems, but this stuff you doing, man, we done with y'all. We don't even want to talk no more. It's not going to be no second chances. We are done. Some countries, I forget who are saying, they're not even selling American goods anymore.
Yeah, that's, I want to say Canada.
They're saying they are done. Like, this dude, I don't know what's going on in his mind and the yes men he got around him other than the Most High.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. I was just going to say, all praise to the Most High, though. Let's give Donald Trump a round of applause, you know what I'm saying? He doing his job, goddammit.
I mean, he is destroying Babylon.
Yeah.
And I'm just speaking
from the inside.
From a trade, international trade standpoint, like the stuff he doing
From an economic
economically,
approach. Yeah, exactly.
it's like people are looking like, dude, you not understand. You telling these other countries, how many? 185 countries, whatever
Some
they
hundred,
said,
yeah. It's
they
in the
gotta
hundreds.
pay all this extra money. Like we just like off GP, we just taxing minimum 10% increase, and these countries are like, y'all ain't on top no way. Y'all ain't the most dominant country. We ain't got to do business. Y'all. It's some other key players. It's some other people who hotter than y'all, and we can do business with them. And the devastation that's slowly coming.
Exactly. And this is not, as far as Trump doing this before. Trump isolated himself before. You know what I'm saying? As far as him and these other countries, like, the hell with this, man. We tired of y'all ass. We tired of America. And especially you, Trump, we tired of your ass.
I mean, you have people, they said it's protests in every state.
Yeah,
Some areas have multiple protests.
They even went to the point to say that it's a global protest. Not just, in America, but global. I watched the video, and they said that it's global now. They tired of this shit. And it's just all going into prophecy as far as everybody gonna hate the whore.
And they are, the people who's paying attention, you have people who've been in politics for decades. So they know, they're educated. Go ahead.
No, Lindsay said the Most High chose the perfect devil. You right, man.
I couldn't put it better myself,
no,
brother.
He can't though. I mean, it's like this dude is, man. He just relentless.
And some of the things he's saying, he made reference to policies back from the 17 and 1800s, and all I could do was laugh because I'm like, what would make you think something that worked in the 1800s is going to work in 2025? And
that brings me to another video we're gonna look at that's gonna explain a little bit of stuff of why, it's not really gonna be good as far as jobs coming to America or whatnot.
Yeah, because that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that these tariffs are twisting the hands of business owners to make them come back to America. And I'm like, but them days been gone. Y'all been outsourced these jobs to Mexico and these other countries. I remember your sister, her husband worked at one of the plants.
Right.
And she was telling us how they sent him to Mexico.
Come on, neck bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
How they sent your brother-in-law to Mexico to train some of the Mexicans on the parts and stuff. And while he was there, he found out that they was going to eventually outsource and that he ended up losing his job.
That's another thing too, man.
He got the buyout, remember?
Right, exactly. But a lot of people was losing their jobs.
Especially in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
The government, man, I heard that they fired 10,000 government workers and it was a mistake. Doge, Elon, because y'all know
it's
they
crazy.
protested against Elon too.
Yeah.
You told me that they sent the wrong man to the El Salvador gang prison.
They sent a man to the El Salvador prison. He wasn't even supposed to go. I don't even know.
And they can't get him back. Remember they said that too.
They can't get him back neither, man. It's like so much stuff is going down. And it's like, man, if you blink, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it, man.
You're going to miss something. Because I've been watching the tariff stuff kind of hard. And I'm watching the outcry from the Edomites. The Edomites are like, what are you doing to us? You're the only person and a few little Republicans around you who think that any of this is a good idea.
Right,
do you know what you're going to do to everyday people trying to buy a carton of eggs or whatever? And just the fact that in his mind, he's saying, if we do this, we're going to twist everybody's hand. They're going to come running back. Y'all going to see everybody going to get rich. Almost like on a Ponzi scheme, they've been exposing him as a bad businessman.
Exactly, yeah. As far as his past business dealings or whatever. Like he got like 4 or 5 bankruptcies or something or whatever.
How he tanked casinos, like everybody, because everybody was like, well, Trump is a businessman, so even though he may not be a politician, his business skills will help the country stay afloat. But come to find out, he's a terrible businessman.
Yeah, terrible.
Hiding behind debts and loans. They was talking about Japan. Some we was watching like Japan ain't loaning America no more money. And I was thinking about the debt. Like, yeah, they try to pump America up like America is just this strong, great country. But America owes so many other countries money.
Exactly.
All of the debt that
And they just going off of trust. As far as that America, they trust America is gonna pay this money back. And it's like, we talking about America?
Yeah.
Trust in America?
all they do is keep printing money, paper.
Man. Yep.
But just,
That's it.
I guess I'm so stuck on his mind as far as something that worked in the 1800s, which the Edomite news reporter said it wasn't even true. But what makes you think that that's going to work in 2025 as far as to reestablish America as the supreme leaders of the world?
The Most High put the spirit of pride on his ass, and the Most High put the other spirits on him or whatever to get him to think like that. Let's give the Most High all praises, you know,
praises to the Most
as
High.
far as the way he's, he got these spirits on Trump and these other people or whatever, you know, saying these other leaders or whatnot to, you know, like develop his movie or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And we can sit back and watch it. Hey, Araya just said 6 bankruptcies. So 6 bankruptcies. I was off
see,
one.
And see, I love it. I'm glad that y'all are in tune with this. Y'all
Oh,
know
yeah,
this
they
information
paying attention.
as well.
Yeah.
Because when you hear it, it's like, well, where was all of this when he was running?
Right, exactly.
Now y'all want to expose him because he's not doing what y'all thought.
He doing right.
Some of these Edomites, going back to that point, are career politicians, maybe even second generation. So they know, if you've been in politics for the last 10, 20 years, you know how what needs to be done, the tactics that need to be done to keep a country afloat.
Exactly.
So some of the tariff stuff alone, just the tariff stuff, these Edomites are like, you're sinking us to the point of no return.
But you got people, and some of our people too, that think that okay, it's gonna all work out, and it's gonna work out for the better. America's gonna be great again. It's gonna get better or whatever. No, hell no, man. This shit gonna get worse. Where is that prophecy at? Where it's gonna get bad, and then it's gonna get back better, and then it's gonna get. No, man.
Someone was just saying that about investing. How you need to invest in America, invest in the stock market, and this person is asleep. So I'm like, what make you think that you can put money into any type of 401k IRA and you guaranteed to get a return in 20 years from now? 20 years from now, you guaranteed to get some type of return. I personally don't trust it. I don't believe it. I believe the prophecy, and the prophecies don't line up with you can invest in this country at this point in time. Because there was a time.
Right.
She
right.
had her time.
Her
Time is ended.
It's a wrap. Babylon is falling.
But I'm talking about Edomite politicians or news reporters who don't know no truth. But they know enough to know that it's the point of no return. Just to see the Edomites so frustrated. They get red, turning red. They take their glasses off, put them on, take them off. They're so frustrated watching these press conferences in the tariff chart he had with every country and the percentage that America's gonna charge them. Like, this is not the 80s and 90s. Countries aren't bowing to America and doing everything for the dollar anymore.
Nope. They're trying to get the hell away from the dollar. I mean, we can see the stock market it didn't crashed a couple of times. They done lost so many trillions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, just in one day.
And it's only so much bailing out you can do.
Right,
They bailing
yeah.
out banks, they bailing out the airlines. But my point is how the Edomites are saying, and I wanna hone in on the fact that this is coming from the Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying it's no returning from this.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
why I was like, had you like listen to this video of this news reporter. I'm talking about somebody with millions of followers.
right. Hey, Orion said these folks at my job be saying we gotta trust Trump. Hell no. Hey, Orion, man, them people at your job, they some pain freaks, man.
But the sleep Edomites, what they're saying. We have to trust him. He knows his best. He's a businessman. That's what the ones that sleep are saying.
What the scripture say? What the scripture say about trust?
Never trust
thy enemy. Never.
Never.
Hell no.
But I'm just saying, I heard the same thing. Edomites that sleep, we got to trust the president. You know, he a businessman. That's that. The Edomites who know something, not even prophecy, not that woke, but they know how the country. They've watched their grandfathers and them taught them. They can see that what he's doing is devastating. It's devastating. It's no coming back from what he's doing. Ain't no, we was wrong, we made a mistake. Can y'all come back and do a trade deal with us? These countries are saying y'all finished.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
The Most High putting the spirit on these countries, specifically, I want to say Canada, because y'all know we from Detroit. It's nothing when you was a kid to go to Canada. Mm-hmm. Field trips.
Yep.
Partying. A lot of strip clubs.
They goddamn booing the hockey teams. You know what I'm saying? They coming from America. You know, they playing in Canada. They booing their ass and everything.
Y'all, like the relationship between Michigan, specifically where we from, and Canada is nothing but a few minutes bridge ride. It was like this. When we was kids, we went over to Canada. That was like a thing.
I used to go fishing in Canada a lot with my grandparents. You didn't need
nothing. You would just go over there. Then they changed it, and you needed that real ID to be able to go to. Over time, we've watched it become harder to get into Canada.
Oh yeah.
So to hear Canada say, we're done with America, ain't no going back. I'm like, whoa, this is no joke.
Yeah, these people is not playing, man. It's again, well, I'm gonna say the Most High, he ain't playing.
Yes.
Because we can't get nobody no credit but the Most High. They just vessels.
They just clay.
The Most High, he's the best chess player ever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, y'all, they gonna see though.
I guess it just hit me once he came out with the tariff chart. As I was watching, I was just sitting there like, the writing is on the wall. Yeah. There's no denying. Babylon is falling. Look at this dude, the leader of Babylon, who's a very old man. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody said the actress Jennifer Lewis, Bust Down Freakazoid.
Yeah.
She was like, of course there's something wrong with him. He eat McDonald's every day. There gotta be something wrong with you if you eat McDonald's every day. But in all seriousness, just to hear him talk like he know what he doing, like, y'all trust me, we finna do this, they gonna come running, wanting us to do deals with them, and everybody else like, what?
Just think about the dumb shit he was talking about as far as, you know, talking about drinking some damn bleach and all that shit.
With COVID.
Like, y'all must have forgot. I
forgot he did say that.
Right, and he in Trump mode. He in Trump mode, and they can't flick the switch back.
Just drink some bleach. I got the hiccup.
Oh, this stuff crazy, but we're gonna get to a video because I want to show y'all this one video. As far as this dude, I don't know if he's from Japan or China. He one of them, you know, people or whatever. But we gonna get into it with him, and he's talking about. Matter of fact, let's just let him go and say what he gonna say. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I got a bad copy, man.
That's all right.
I was rushing so much, but okay. Let's see if this one can go right here. I'll have to bring that story another time or whatever. But let's look at this one. This is Trump right here talking about the market plunge. So we'll be right back.
Today are way down. The worst day
I think it's going very well. It was an operation, like when a patient gets operated on, and it's a big thing. I said this would exactly be the way it is. We have $6 or $7 trillion coming into our country, and we've never seen anything like it. The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom, and the rest of the world wants to see, is there any way they can make a deal?
He a lie.
Man, this dude is
He
he
a lie.
delusional as hell,
The
ain't
rest
he?
of the world ain't trying to make no deal.
No.
And that was what they said too. Trump is, his mind is so warped. They said that Trump is telling the people it's going to get worse before it get better. And that's why you got people like Araya, your co-workers, and people saying, we got to just trust him. That's what he's telling people. It's going to get a little uncomfortable. You know, you're going to have a little inflation first.
False hope.
And they were saying that Trump is destroying the country, but is telling people what you see is not me destroying the country. It's just
Right.
a little setback before this great surplus.
Man, this shit is crazy.
It's crazy
This
to
shit
watch
is
it because
cra-
it's like
It is,
so
though.
many people don't see, and the people that do see,
Nope.
they lose their mind. Edomites.
Yeah.
You know they gonna lose their mind.
They lose their
Meanwhile,
mind.
they say black people sit up line
They
dancing.
doing
got
the line
fans,
dances, yeah, the
and they
fan
line
stuff,
dance.
yeah. Yeah, it's a whole lot of goddamn LGBT people and all that shit. I'm like, man, y'all gone with that shit.
But my thing is, I don't know. I've been consuming a lot of it in the last 2 days, and I'm just looking at this man like this. Him flat out lying, talking about $6 trillion coming into the country. You a lie. Who's dealing with America?
Right.
What ally do they have left
Right, that's what I'm saying.
outside of Israel?
Right.
Maybe some of these island countries. Maybe.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Puerto
All I
Rico,
can say is Israel or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But we got another video too. This the guy he used to come on. We have on here, and you know he about to give his opinion or whatnot, and we'll be right back on that one.
Whoa, now the American dollar is, whoa, now
Oh my goodness, man! I thought I had played that one and made sure that one was straight.
It's okay. Sometimes you look at these videos, you download them, and you run into issues with them.
All right, well let's get into the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, this is the Edomite devil I've been telling y'all about. Who I've been watching the last couple days. He gonna lose his mind. I wouldn't be surprised if he deleted himself. But he's been reporting on how Trump is destroying the country right before our eyes.
Exactly. Linzel said, "I wonder if he really believes the shit he be saying." Right.
Now, remember I had asked you something along them lines.
Right. Exactly. Though, like I think the Most High got his brain scrambled.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Exactly. Right.
They had him out in the
Right.
field like an animal because to anybody with a little bit of sense and who paying attention, you could see like, dude, no, what you saying ain't adding up
It's
with
not.
what we're seeing.
It's
You're
not.
destroying this.
Right. And he got people, you know what I'm saying, believing that
It's
it's
gonna
gonna be
all right.
okay.
Just trust them.
Exactly,
Just
right. Mm-hmm.
A little setback before the big payout.
you gonna see some problems, but y'all okay, right? He talking about the economy is what, flowing or blowing up or
Man, this dude lying. It was a video. I don't know if we got it, but I seen a video where this dude talking about inflation is down, and I'm like, what? How can you prove that? You can't just say stuff without proving it. How is he able to say inflation is down? Where's the statistics? Where's the chart? Show me some egg prices today versus a month ago.
exactly. But people about to see though. People about to see.
They gonna start to
It's
feel it.
exactly right. But let's get into this video here, and we gonna kind of like
I
stop it
should've got the timestamp. Oh, okay.
at
Well, then
different
that's cool.
points or whatnot. You just let me know when you want me to stop it. But I'm gonna put ourselves in the corner, so we'll be in the corner.
'Cause this
y'all.
is a lot. This Edom might talk a little fast, but he got a lot of information. But towards the middle of the video is when he gonna start just going in on Trump, like the devastation that he's causing, and this devastation that America not going to be able to come back from, and how they on their way to a third world. Well, some people say America already a third world country, and I think that lines up with Babylon is falling, is falling. It's happening, but it ain't happened like all at once, so it's hard for people to see it.
Right. Shout out to Brother Huey. Shalom, Brother Huey.
Shalom, brother.
Brother Huey said, now Republicans trying to dog whistle about that white kid that was stabbed. Apparently he was a bully. Oh, he talking about that one the dudes that played football or whatnot. And his twin was there with him. He had a twin. It was a brother who stabbed him, a young brother. They was on the football team, and you know, they was getting into it or whatever. But they saying that dude was a bully. So, you know, I believe it. Brother Huey also said tornadoes been ripping through the South. I've been hearing that, man. One town in Tennessee got wiped out. Damn. Supposed to get bad in a few hours. Okay, and then Linzel said, oh, he talking to Huey. Right, I feel you. You right. You right. Hey, I was on the same goddamn thought with that, Brother Linzel. I was on the same thought with that. The hell with him. Shit. They ain't yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Hey, but let's get into this video right here. And you know, we're gonna periodically stop it, you know, at the good points or whatnot. So let's get into that.
Donald Trump just held a disastrous press conference outside of the White House where he announced that he would be putting a 10% baseline tariff on every country, 25% tariffs on all foreign automobiles. And then he went country by country describing how he was going to tariff each country. The markets are crashing right now. This may be the most disastrous press event in the history of the United States. The market's currently tanking. You see right here, the after hours S&P just absolutely straight line down right now. Let me show you what went down in this press conference here. Donald Trump announces a minimum baseline tariff of 10% on all nations. Play this clip.
At the same time, we will establish a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart? And that'll be on other countries to help rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating. So we're going to have a minimum of cheating, and we're going to be very severe on the people that at the gate that watch the tariffs and watch the product coming in, because there's been a lot of bad things happening at the gate.
Then Donald Trump brings out a chart to describe his tariffs. Here, play this clip.
Big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charge anybody anything. But now we're going to charge. European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. You know, you think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%. So we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, where they took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. We used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it. Now we have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in. We're going to end up with almost 40%. Lee Zeldin's working to get their approvals.
Now I'm pretty sure that these countries are watching him talk shit about them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this dude, man, he's prideful as hell, you know? He ain't got no cut card.
Am I cut off? Where do I need to do it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I wrote that down, talking ish about the EU.
Okay, yeah, right.
They absolutely are watching. Everyone is watching. They're watching and they're laughing because they know it's their time.
Right.
Let the weak say I'm strong. They know specifically, I want to say the Arab nations, they know prophecy. Well, they all do.
Right.
But they know it's their time.
Exactly.
To be on top, to reign. They know that America's reign is over, and they're excited. Who wouldn't be?
Exactly. And just like Iran, you know, they like, to hell with Trump. We don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? They taking care of their business. They getting them arrows ready or whatnot.
Yeah.
They ain't concerned about what he talking about. Let him talk all this shit he gonna talk. But as soon as he step his foot over here, or he touch this, or he touch that, then we had his ass.
Willie D, no more talk.
No more talk. Exactly right.
I want to bring out the two words he said: disaster and embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all hear how this Edomite is talking about the president? Because this Edomite can see. He knows this stuff that Trump is saying is fluff. It's BS. It's not going to help America in the short term or the long term. He know this country, these people finna start cashing in their 401ks. These the people who finna try to get all their assets up out of here. Y'all saw the chart, how the stock market plummeted.
Exactly.
It wasn't even no jagged, like zigzag.
No,
it was just
straight
a straight
down. Right. But Brother Huey said he didn't tax Russia or North Korea. And I looked at a video on that too. I think he said something about they said he didn't do that because he already got sanctions on them. So that's why he didn't, put tariffs on them or whatever.
Or he's scared.
But right, exactly, right. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We can just, speculate wait till, things unravel or whatnot.
Right.
But yeah,
but they probably ain't doing no trade, no way.
Right, exactly.
Put a tariff on it.
That's
what goods coming from Russia and
right. That was another point that was made too, that they don't even do business with him. Brother Huey said Netanyahu, Israel Prime Minister, going to the White House Monday. I'm shocked Trump hit them with a tariff 17%, so he hit them with one. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be watching that and see how that turns out, or,
Did y'all
it can be a lie.
That this weekend Trump got some of the Arabs at the Mar-a-Lago. They got a golf tournament. This dude killing the country, but they over there playing golf.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Paying, giving donations to go play golf. But
let's finish off with this video.
And it's an amazing company, Mr. Wei, of one of the great companies of the world, actually. They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the biggest.
Trump then talks about a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles.
Happen. And they let it happen to an extent that nobody can even believe. That's why, effective at midnight, we will impose a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles.
Trump then muses about the word groceries, and he says, groceries, what an old-fashioned word that is. What an interesting word, groceries. Play this clip.
Right. But likewise, an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it on the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it.
Well, hey, Donald, you promised that you were going to lower the price of groceries on day one. You promised all prices would drop on day one. Now inflation is surging and our markets are crashing, and inflation is going to get way worse after what you just did here. More promises broken, but even worse than promises broken, you have broken an incredible economy that was handed to you, where now we see the Atlanta Federal Reserve and others predicting a negative 3.8% GDP in quarter one, a contraction of 3.8% here. Donald Trump wonders why it was that he goes, in 1913, for reasons unknown, we moved away from tariffs. Here, play this clip.
Then in 1913, for reasons unknown to mankind, they established the income tax so that citizens, rather than foreign countries, would start paying the money necessary to run our government. Then in 1929, it all came to a very abrupt end with the Great Depression. And it would have never happened if they had stayed with the tariff policy. It would have been a much different story. They tried to bring back tariffs to save our country, but it was gone. It was gone. It was too late. Nothing could have been done. It took years and years to get out of that depression, far longer than even FDR had that office right over there for a long period of time.
As Congressmember Seth Magaziner explains, income tax is paid mostly by the rich. Tariffs are paid mostly by the middle class. That is why we moved to the income tax in 1913, and also why Trump is shifting back to tariffs. Here, Donald Trump says that we're all going to get so rich all so quickly. You just watch. Even though every economist thinks that he's wrong, he's got all of the secrets. He's got all the solutions. Everyone get ready to get rich. It's Liberation Day, baby. Here's what he's talking about. Here, play this clip.
Declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense. But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our...
Now, there's a reason why Donald Trump has bankrupted essentially every business that he's touched over the years, because he is the worst business person ever. And then he doubles, triples, quadruples down and makes things worse. These tariffs that he's doing across the world may be the single stupidest thing in the history of the United States of American trade policy or economic policy as well. But here Donald Trump says, you know what? The good old days, he goes, the good old days, 1789. That's when America was the richest. Here, play this clip.
From 1789 to 1913, we were a tariff-backed nation, and the United States was proportionately the wealthiest it has ever been. So wealthy, in fact, that in the 1880s, they established a commission to decide what they were going to do with the vast sums of money they were collecting. We were collecting so much money so fast, we didn't know what to do with it. Isn't that a nice problem to have? What do you think, Marco? Good problem?
We are not living in the 18th century, and America was not the most prosperous in 1789. And by the way, the sycophants who Donald Trump surrounds himself to, the people who are nodding, they are going, yeah, while they're tanking our economy, they're just as complicit, if not worse, in this kakistocracy, idiocracy, and implosion of the United States of America. These idiots are destroying our country, destroying our economy. Oh, so what does Donald Trump do next? Attacks Canada. Here, Donald Trump says that it's all Canada's fault. Canada screws us. Canada's the worst. Here, play this clip.
And with countries like Canada, you know, we subsidize a lot of countries and keep them going and keep them in business. In the case of Mexico, it's $300 billion a year. In the case of Canada, it's close to $200 billion a year. And I say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I mean, at what point do we say, you got to work for yourselves, and this is why we have the big deficits. This is why we have that amount of debt that's been placed on our heads over the last number of years. And
there's a reason, Donald, why Canada has gone elbows up, and they're boycotting all American products. They're boycotting American tourism because of this. They don't just view what you're doing as a trade war, Donald. They view it as you've declared war on Canada. And frankly, now you've declared war on the rest of the world. We're seeing South Korea, China, and Japan form alliances together to stand up to the United States and these tariffs. No one ever expected that. European Union strengthening itself, Canada strengthening its relationships, and America being isolated. Here's Donald Trump again attacking Canada. Let's play this clip.
Never seen anything like that. With today's actions, we're also standing up for our great farmers and ranchers who are brutalized by nations all over the world. We're brutalized. Canada, by the way, imposes a 250 to 300% tariff on many of our dairy products. They do the first can of milk. They do the first little carton of milk at a very low price, but after that it gets bad, and then it gets...
And here Donald Trump announces that he's signing the executive order. Play this clip.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal. That means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that.
By the way, Donald Trump then forgets to sign the order. He walks off and then he has to be told to go back to sign the order. Here, play this clip.
Good afternoon, y'all. We have two documents prepared for the president's signature today. One closes what's referred to as the de minimis loophole.
Donald Trump then talks about plastic Easter eggs. This is what he's thinking about right now, this demented, disgusting individual. Play this clip.
Eggs drop now 59% and they're going down more and the availability is fantastic. They were saying that for Easter, please don't use eggs. Could you use plastic eggs? I said, we don't want to do that. We want to, and you really came through. It's an amazing job. Thank you very much, Brooke. You did great.
And then Donald Trump says, I just want you all to remember this is going to be the greatest day. You will all look back on this moment as the moment you have all been liberated. Here, play this clip.
This will be a very big moment. I think you're going to remember today. It's going to be a free nation that we're dealing with. We're going to have a very free and beautiful nation. It's going to be Liberation Day in America, and it's going to be a day that hopefully you're going to look back in years to come and you're going to say, you know, he was right. This has turned out to be one of the most important days in the history of our country.
Folks, it's not hyperbolic to call this psychotic. I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, you're calling it psychotic and your headline saying this is demented and disgusting and dangerous. It is. That's what it is. I don't need to try to use fancy big words to overcomplicate the stupidity that is taking place right here, the dangerousness. And either Donald Trump is the biggest freaking idiot ever, or he's intentionally trying to destroy the United States of America and destroy your lives because he wants you to suffer. And I think it's both. What a despicable moment in American history that was. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the Midas Touch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Man, oh man. There's so many, areas that we need to go in. Let me read this. Matter of fact, let me read these comments first. Because Lindsay said, they're so dumb. It's going to pass on the price to us. Exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Like, people about to feel it.
That's what the Edomite was saying when he brought up the information that the tariffs affect the middle class. The people gonna pay for the tariffs. These other countries is not gonna pay the tariffs. Everything he said, it was like basically the complete opposite. Like, I can see why he said he's demented. Like, it looked like he losing his mind and just making stuff up.
And Lindsay also said, when they said make America great, I believe they meant the other great. Greating. Grace, when you grate something, you rip it to shreds. I mean,
that's what they doing.
That's what they doing. Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. That's what they doing. Another thing I wanted to touch on, I wanted to read the scripture, Revelation 18:9, and he spoke on as far as, these other countries or whatnot, but let me read it. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. And as far as Trump saying that, these nations made a lot of money off of us, off of America or whatnot.
Yeah,
so
is true.
Exactly right. And it says, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So, I mean, this right now, as far as us, you know what I'm saying, being woke, and knowing the scriptures, it's like, it's different because it's like the script, the prophecies is jumping off the pages right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going against the whore.
They are, and to just hear this Edomite basically break down these different speeches Trump made, like, this is not what's happening. Again, everything you say is the complete opposite. Like I was saying when he was talking about 1798, and I'm like, I ain't got to be that deep into politics to know just because something worked in the 1800s don't mean it's going to work now. And for you to get up and say that publicly, it's with you didn't show any proof.
Nope.
And for this Edomite to be like, this is like the single worst day in American history as far as economics. Like, you are literally destroying us.
Exactly,
and I don't know, like Lenzel or whoever, Huey made the point, like, do he really believe that stuff he's saying? Like my man said, like, either you that stupid or you doing this on purpose to ruin things. And it's giving kind of both, because he believing it, he doing it, he's saying it.
Right. That was Lenzel. Lenzel said, I wonder if he really believes the shit that he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just to hear these speeches and hear this Edomite come back, you know, like, talking about his own kind. Like, you're destroying us. And as we sit back, you have some people who are oblivious to it.
Right.
You have some people who don't believe it, that are in denial.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you have people who see it and they have a frustration, like this Edomite here, because they don't know what to do. They don't understand it. They can't believe it. They don't know if they should leave the country, if they should take their assets and liquefy them, you know, because at this point, we all saw the chart with the stock market, the way it just dropped. Like, people having assets in America is very risky. I would be trying to make my stuff liquid, because ain't no way I'm about to just be sitting on assets with what's going on. And the fact that, like he said, Trump will double, triple, quadruple down on it. Like, no, this is what's going to happen. But all signs say America ain't going to bounce back from this.
Exactly, right. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, we got people with false hope, even a lot of our people, thinking that, you know, everything's going to go back to normal or whatever. You know, we were saying this back in, like, 2020 when all that stuff was going on. Like, we'd never see normal again. You know?
Yeah.
We can forget about it, man.
We thought, you know, because we was babes, we was on milk.
Yeah.
We thought this stuff was going to happen back in 2016.
Right.
So we bust up.
Right.
But,
right. Now, we was on some, you know, fear back then. We was babes then. But now it's like, you know, we know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? The Most High, He controlling everything. Exactly, right.
We trust in the Most High, because we was just saying, like, you was like, okay, so with Trump doing all of this, America's, I don't know if I should say first response or last response is war.
Yeah.
So before they just let that dollar go to toilet paper, they're going to go to war.
They're going to war. Right, exactly.
So before the war come, the Most High, according to scriptures, got to make a way of escape for our people to get out of there first.
Facts.
So we just watching to see, like, basically who gonna push the button first.
Right, exactly, yeah. Because they pushing the, you know, economic button right now. You know what I'm saying? It got to. I feel like it got to fall within before it get destroyed. You know, well, the scriptures tell us that Babylon is falling. It's falling. You know, so. I mean,
and I'm also wondering, where do the mark of the beast fit in as far as America's economy being destroyed with that usher in the mark and the one world currency? I don't know. This is just, you know, me speculating on different things I've heard over the years. But I do believe that the Edomites, a lot of the Gentile nations see what's happening and they see it for what it is. They know there's no coming back from this.
Right.
Now, of course, the Jews require a sign.
Yeah.
So our people are, you know, whatever. But these Grecians and all these heathen nations are seeing what's going on, and this is all they're talking about. The tariff situation is kind of like the icing on the cake. Like, it's a wrap. Who's gonna Who's going to deal with you if you taxing them like this? What's the benefit for that country? They might as well trade amongst each other, which they're doing. Like over here in Africa, they're trying to make more of those, they already have it in some of the African countries, but they're trying to make it to where you don't need no visa.
Right.
You can freely travel throughout Africa. Same thing with trade. They're trying to figure out how to trade amongst each other
without
and not
using
be
the dollar.
Dependent upon the West.
Exactly, right. Well, I mean, it's looking all bad for America, you know. Man, I can't see, you know, no kind of light for America, you know, to have some type of you know, bounce back, right? Exactly.
Yeah, that's what somebody was saying. Like, there's never been a time in history where the stock market hasn't bounced back, and I'm like, yeah, and the Most High say he gonna do some stuff that man ain't never seen before.
Exactly right. Exactly,
But
man.
that person don't believe. But yeah, I just from what the Edomites are saying, and I specify the Edomites because our people don't listen to Bruce. You know, they don't listen to their own people. So I'm like, okay, if the Edomites is saying this and the Edomites is scared and they know that what Trump is doing is gonna finish them off, then we hear it basically.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, our people they're not even gonna listen to the Edomite. Not nothing like this. Who you know that's gonna sit up and listen to?
That's true.
You know, 10 or 11 minutes of that. Yeah,
we don't need the Edomites to tell us.
Exactly,
but
right.
Our people will only really hear it. They'll only believe an Edomite.
Right.
They're not gonna believe us. Like I told you, I was shocked. I had that family member ask me about investing in the stock market. A lot of people been talking about the stock market to me lately. And I told that family member, like, you know, I usually don't go here because y'all don't believe. But for me, I don't want to invest in America. That's why we're abroad.
Exactly,
to invest abroad. And I just don't believe that, because I've been hearing since I was a kid that ain't going to be no Social Security for my generation. I've been hearing that. And I believed it because I heard it too much growing up. So for me, I'm like, you know, it ain't something I feel comfortable with. I would be devastated if I invested, let's just say $100 a month out my check, and 20 years later I can't go cash in on my 401k or IRA. I'd be ready to shoot up something,
right?
And it would be invisible, because who is the single individual that you can go to and be like, where my money at?
Exactly.
These companies go belly up all the time. These banks get bailed out. They lose people money. Remember, not too long, about a year ago, people was going up in the bank, that one bank in California, and they go, we ain't got your money. Call the police on them for trying to come get their mony.
Hell yeah, that's crazy.
So,
man.
and I was shocked, but the family member was like, I feel you on that. America future is sketchy, so why would I invest? And I was shocked that the person was like in agreement with that. So.
Yeah, because even, you know what I'm saying, we was thinking about buying houses and fixing them up and all that stuff, and renting them out, or even, you know, selling them after we fix them up.
Yeah.
And now I got to thinking, like, why would we, you know, invest in America, and we know this damn place is gonna get tore up and fall, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's a no-brainer. I'm not even gonna do it, man. I mean, we had every intention of doing that. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of our dreams of just, you know.
Yeah, we had got our house situation together, and we wanted to invest in rental properties because that's what he did.
Yeah.
And my dad, I grew up doing it too. So we was like, okay, we kind of got where we wanted to be in life, and we like, okay, now we got to start planning for the future. And so we was looking at buying rental properties, getting with my dad and his business, trying to collaborate with family and fix up houses. And it was a big decision for us to be like, we got to invest in Africa. We can't invest in America because we believe the prophecy.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
And we won't waste our time and money either.
Right. Exactly. But Araya said my coworker lost $100,000 since January, and still a Trump servant. Wow.
See, I'm so glad you said that, because I'm telling you,
ain't no way.
I've had people come on us so hard about investing, specifically real estate and stocks. And the real estate, we was going for it. We had the money, y'all know, we had the money saved. We was grinding, putting money up. Like, I'm telling y'all, we were so close. But when it comes to the stocks, I have people now even sending me stuff about stocks and investing. And I'm like, something about it never sat right with me as far as investing. I just don't trust it. Even because it's been times we talked about this. It's times we done went to the bank to get like 5,000.
Yeah, and it be all kind of problems and
$7,000.
asking all kind of questions like, look, this is my money, y'all. Why y'all asking me all these goddamn questions? I'm gonna do with it what I want to do with it. It's my goddamn money and I want it now.
I'm telling y'all, he went to the bank with our son. I forgot what you trying to get, like 5,000, 7,000. It was less than 10. Obviously less than 10,000.
No, it was about 10.
Okay, you know you can't get more than 10,000 without raising red flags.
Right.
So it was probably a little under 10,000.
Well, yeah, I think it was about 9 or 8, something like that.
Okay, it was under 10 grand. And he went to the bank and they gave him a hard, now this is when you was banking on your own.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a separate account and then we got accounts together, all of that. And it was like, they was hassling him. Mind you, we had accounts for years. We had money in multiple accounts, because y'all know how they try to play it, make sure you got, and I'm like, and then it was other times after that trying to get smaller amounts, $3,000, $4,000, and I'm talking basic tellers, giving you a hard time, questioning him, what he need the money for, what he gonna do with the money and all that. And I just said, I can't invest in stock markets. And I had some people who kind of, you know, how they treat you like, oh, you want some ignorant nigga stuff. You don't want to invest in the stock market. What you doing with your money? And I'm like, we some under the mattress type of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know that might seem a little ignorant to some people, but
I feel safer with my money in my hand, man.
we some under the mattress type of people.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I had got like a lot of pressure from people like, you should be invested in the stock market. But I just was, and they sending me different companies to invest in. And I'm like, I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And then once we got more into prophecy, I'm like, there's no way nobody can guarantee me that my money gonna be there when I go to cash it in. And I had been cashed in my 401k.
Right. Hey, but let me read this comment, because we said the same. We talked about this last night, and Lindsay said the same shit that we said. They wasn't asking all them questions when you was depositing it.
That's what I say every time. Every single time.
It's like, right, I ain't need all this stuff, right?
They'll take that cash, that check, that wire transfer, no questions asked. But when you go to get your money, it got so bad, I stopped going inside.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I would go to the ATM every day till I got the amount of money that we need, the cash that we needed or whatever.
Yeah, because they giving you goddamn coffee, donuts. They want to give you a reach around and all that shit.
Like, I got so tired of being questioned about withdrawing cash, because we don't believe in keeping too much cash in the bank. So if we got too much money in the bank, we going to get that cash. Like I said, we'd rather have that stacked in the crib under the mattress than in a bank that could go belly up. And we said, I think I told y'all one time I had got paid. It was payday.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't get my money out the bank.
Hell yeah.
Something happened with the bank.
Because the lady was up there tripping, right?
Yeah. Sister was up in there tripping.
You had to loan somebody some money for some gas.
She was tripping so hard, I gave her some money. I'm like, here, sis, look, you need some gas, you know, come on, I'm gonna go ahead and put some, I ain't got no change. I'm gonna follow you to the gas station. I'm gonna go ahead and put the gas in your car for you. But I've had different things happen in my life and being married to him, he was always anti-bank. Always anti-bank. And I just said, you know what? And that day, long story short, it was just for a few hours or whatever. And thank God I had some money on me, but it was Friday. So I couldn't Sabbath prep the way I wanted to, because I went in the bank and went off on everybody, but that was the most I could do. I still couldn't get no money up out of there or whatever. So, and nobody, it was plenty of customers that up in there tripping or whatever. So I ain't dealing with it, and I'm not investing in no stock market. I don't care how much pressure I get from people, how many links they send me. I'm not going to do it, because I know I would probably go crazy, because there's no individual that you can hold accountable when something happens to your money.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, all in all, man, we see the signs, we see everything that's happening. You know what I'm saying? People can't, cover their eyes or put their head in a hole and act like they don't see nothing. But man, this shit about to hit the fan. I mean, and it's already, you know what I'm saying? It's just scratching the surface right now, but it's about to go down.
Yeah, as the tariffs and as you know, we go deeper into the next quarter,
Right.
we gonna see it.
Lindsay said, I would have told them I'm taking your mama out for a nice dinner when they asked me what was I doing with it.
What did you tell them? Oh, it was for me.
I told me I'm gonna give it to my wife. I said
Yeah.
I'm giving it to my wife. You know what I'm saying? I was, just like, look, y'all too much in my business, man.
Yeah,
Don't worry about what I'm doing with my
that
goddamn
stuff with the
money.
bank. And once you try to get a few G's, they want to start questioning you. And I just start going to the ATM, withdrawing my little money every day till I got the amount, because I despise that. I'm like you. It ain't never a problem when I put money up in here. You know what I'm saying? They did something not too long ago. Matter of fact, I went up in the bank, and I hate going up in there, but I had to go up in there because I had a check. And I was telling them, like, okay, we finna leave out the country again. You know, you let everybody you deal with, the banks, the phone company, all that, so make sure my card gonna work. And they tell me I need to get a different account. And I never do. You know, every time you go to the bank, they want to upsell you. Oh, you should get this account, you can save some money. You've been being charged all this money. And I'm like, oh, now y'all want to tell me. Well, where my money at? They gave me a little bit of money back. But anyway, they want me to get a different kind of bank account. I'm like, all right, fine. If y'all gonna stop charging me, I'll take a free account. Man, they switched my stuff over. Didn't tell me nothing. We get over here. Life insurance ain't getting paid. I was devastated.
They closed the goddamn account.
They closed the account and opened a new one, but I didn't realize they was gonna close that account. So I was so upset. Our life insurance wasn't getting paid. To the point where it got canceled. Didn't know. And then I couldn't get my check. My paycheck wasn't coming. And so when I didn't get my paycheck, I'm like, something ain't right. And I called the bank. You know, these fools told me I got to come back to the bank, back to the branch that I was at, that changed everything. And I'm like, what? I'm out the country. How am I going to do that? They had the audacity to tell me that they'll make an exception this time and I could do it over the phone. So I had to double back to the job, put my new bank information, so I can get my check. But we lost our life insurance policies. All them years of paying, we had to start over. So, it's different rates. But I'm paying a higher rate for the life insurance because the account was closed and the life insurance wasn't getting paid out that account. So I'm so over banks, y'all. I'm so done with it. I despise having the money up in there, but it's only so much cash you can have on you at once. So, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm over the banking system.
Right. But we gonna go on and get up out of here, y'all. It's our time. Again, man, we gotta keep these commandments, all praise to the Most High that we can see what's going on. That, He said He won't forsake us. A lot of people probably feel like, we crazy, we going crazy, all that. And I know, Brother Rod, Brother Huey, Brother Lindsay, y'all probably going through the same thing as far as people looking at you like y'all niggas crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they probably sitting back thinking about us too. Like, damn, I wonder, well, they got a lot. They was talking a lot of information and all that stuff. And I know sometimes a lot of times, what throws them off is, only Israel. You know what I'm saying? Only Israel can be saved. That throws a lot of people off. But we got to speak the truth. We got to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Especially to our people or whatnot. I don't give a damn about an Edomite not knowing that it's only for us. The hell, you'll find out. You know what I'm saying? You will find out. But yeah, let's just stay prayed up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for stopping through again. Brother Lindsay, Brother Araya, Brother Huey. Anybody else who was in the live that didn't comment. We appreciate y'all for watching. Shout out to the replay people who watch it after, you know, we go live. We really appreciate y'all. And we'll be here next week. Most High willing, y'all already know.
Watch and wait and see what goes on.
Right, we're going to see what goes on within these 7 days or whatnot, because, you know, I mean, goddamn.
Like, and to your point that you said about the people, I think the people think about us, the seeds we plant, we all plant
Right.
to our families and coworkers. I think that stuff come back when they get scared.
Right,
Something
yeah.
happen that they're uncertain.